Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Richard. This is my channel, and we're going to talk about passing gas while filming. Yes, farting while filming. This is a Arizona Sunrun Hard Seltzer Cherry Punch. I've added a little of this 5-Hour Energy Pineapple Splash. Thing about the 5-Hour Energy is there's like 20,000 times my B vitamins in one of them. And that just can't be safe. So, short of pouring them out, I mean, I know it dilutes the alcohol further, and I'm not even dead sure what I'm going to do to preserve the rest of this as I wait several hours, so that my body doesn't freak out from trying it. But I'm beginning to think that energy drinks have gone too far. You know that? I mean, you will notice, you may have seen this in a previous video, I have had this ice block that was originally a strawberry Sprite drink I got at Burger King. And, you know, I froze it and figured, hey, it'll make this disgusting hard seltzer taste better, right? You know, but I'm not drinking this stuff, not taking enough time for the stuff to melt, you know? Anyway, for every 1,000 subscribers, I got to do purchase one of these bracelets from 4Ocean. 4Ocean pulls a pound of trash out of the ocean every time I do that, so if you'd be so kind as to comment, like, and subscribe, you'd be doing your part for a better world. Now, most of the videos I do for my other channels, you can just refilm them. That's one of those things, is that, you know, they don't have any consumables, right? This is a consumable. A consumable in this case is anything that you use during the video that you no longer have after the video. So it's like, if I drink this, it's not there anymore. And even right now, like if I were to, for example, have wicked gas, then I would, you know, it's like, well, you can't really redo the same video because you've already opened this. You could get another one, but, you know, it's a consumable. That's not very cold. And to be completely fair, like particularly on health channels, I used to watch one dude. He's a he's a gay bodybuilder. I mean, well, no, he's a gay fitness person. You know, he's a triathlete, a senior triathlete, and he's very impressive. He's got this big chest with these big peaks and valleys in his abs, and, you know, he's very strong and very masculine, and he's married to another man. But when he has gas in a video, he just says, I have gas, and that's it. He hangs a lantern on it, and then we see videos with him having gas. And to be completely honest with you, when you're on a health kick, the more healthy diet creates more gas, because the nutrients you consume permit you to have more gas. You know, they're conducive to gas. Also, you're actually consuming more material. The average American diet is primarily starches and proteins, and whereas if you have no fiber, you will be gassy. It's not it's not as gassy as a it's gassy, but I mean a high cabbage diet is also very gassy. This is the problem with ice as well, is it sticks to the bottom and it doesn't cool. But there's one of those kinds of problems with filming in general, is, you know, there's what happens if you belch, what happens if you fart, what happens if you have problems. And even then, there are atmospheric issues, like often cars drive by, or planes or helicopters. Things happen all the time. Look, it has happened to me a couple of times that the police have shown up, and they have been, broadcasting to the individual hiding from the police, we are searching for you with a dog. The dog may bite you. Hoping this guy will just give up and put his hands up, and that'll be it. And that's always what you're hoping for, is that the guy is just gonna sort of give up. So, in all reality, there's always the danger of an atmospheric thing, but it's just one of those points. What do you do when you pass gas during a video? Do you just cut it out and start over? If you're doing something like this, that's the only option. You have two options. You either leave it in the video and hang a lantern on it, which means draw attention to it so that no one's questioning. Or, see, I just belched. Or, you cut out that section of video. And to be completely honest with you, my camera equipment, or my editing equipment, it's really hard to play the videos before I've rendered them. So, it's happened numerous times that I've rendered a video, and the machine's now taking about an hour per video. And then there's something wrong with the video when I'm done, and I have to go back and edit again. And then I have to edit, then it takes another hour. That's really not getting cold. Anyway, so it takes another hour, and then I've got to watch the video. So if you've got a 15-minute video, you've now got 2.5 hours you've been working on this thing. And it does not happen that I click render and sit there. I click render, and then I go and I work on something else. That's how you roll. You always roll that way. What you need to do is you need to maximize the use of your time. It's like I say, on a good day, I get out of bed, I get the washing machine rolling. If I have clothes to do, I get whatever happening. It's very efficient if I'm out there, something's being rendered, and then I'm maybe watching a movie, or I'm making a video short or something like that. That's just efficiency. And one of those things in terms of efficiency is that, you're working on various things while that computer is rendering. So it's like, one of the things I used to do quite a lot when I didn't live alone. There was always dishes. No matter what I did, no matter how many dishes I did, there were always more dishes. So I would have the dishwasher rolling, and as the dishwasher was rolling, I would load the washing machine. And then, by the time the washing machine was done, while I was rendering a video, and it's just, you've really got to multitask like that. I'm going to have to just drink this warm, I think. But then there's the final situation here, is that when you're making a video and you feel the fart, and you're like, I have to fart. It is similar to when you're making a video and you have to pee, and you're like, okay, what do I do here? Do I stop the video and go pee, or do I, try to hold it out You know, neither are good options. The fart thing, you could just be like, okay, I can fart in here. Although with my family, we have been known to mistake something else for a fart. So that's not a good option. I could tell you it would definitely affect the video if I were running around here with a brown state in my pants. But I mean, one of the things about this particular camera, I'm filming this on a 90D, a Canon 90D, and I used to film it on a Canon 60D. Well, the Canon 60D, I believe, you get about 10 minutes, a little over that, depending on video quality for a file size. This you get more than 17. I don't know the exact file size, but it permits for much longer filming. So, yeah, I could say, oh, I got to use the restroom, leave this filming, and probably come back, and it will still be filming. And then, you know, it's not entirely uncommon. It's something I have done before, where I have merged two files to make a video. So that, it does happen. You know, it does happen. It can cause problems. I mean, if I make a video and I know that video is a scratch, I mean, most of the time when I render a video, I look at the sound waves, and I could tell by the sound waves where the video is, and maybe I have to play the very end of the video or the very beginning of the video to be 100% sure, and then I render. If I scratch a video, that video file becomes a problem. So, you know, if I have to film the video, the easiest thing for me to do is pull the card out of the camera. You know, we have these little data cards. Pull the card out of the camera, and then I know that, like, the last one is a scratch, so I input that into my computer, and I just, you know, delete that video. And that's a thing I do. You know, I do that quite often, actually. But it's not something I like doing, because really, you know, I mean, if I got everything proper, if I got everything right, if I got all of my computers set up properly and I cleaned up my house, the way I'd want to do it would be to fill up these cards. And, you know, like I said, I have two rendering computers. I would have my main rendering computer that would be set up, and at the end of the day, you know, the rendering computer would render constantly. Every time I have something to render, I go to that computer and I keep it rendering. And, you know, I put a full card in there, and then that full card, I keep working until I empty the card. And when I empty the card, you know, hopefully I filled up this card. And the only reason I would use both computers is if I have filled up one card, put it into one computer, and I'm still working on that card when I fill up the next computer. Or when I fill up the next card and put it into the other computer. And that way I would have my mainline computer would constantly be for things other than editing. I would have a designated editing computer, but I would have the possibility of editing on two different computers. And I mean, that's one of the things that's happening in my more modern iterations, is that rather than buying bigger, more expensive computers, I buy more computers. And that way, I'm more apt to be able to, you know, do various things. And one of my computers goes down, as computers do, then I'm not, oh my God, my computer's out. I've simply just pull out the next computer or move to the next computer if it's set up, and I don't worry. So that's one of those things, is like if you scratch a video, like you have really bad gas during a video and that video is just now useless, what do? Because if you leave that file in there, you may forget about it. And then you may spend hours rendering a video, then you check that video before you upload it, and it's just a bunch of farting. I mean, nobody, well, maybe you guys do want that. Maybe I should save the farts as outtakes. That was something I did once, is I actually had outtakes for my videos, because I wasn't doing them entirely off the cuff. Sometimes I do use a prompter. And it's just one of those things, is that you go, okay, I'm doing this off the cuff, or I'm not doing this off the cuff, so I would say something stupid or I'd stumble. And yeah, okay, so I had outtakes. But what I generally had to do with outtakes was I had to find times when I would tell a joke, and I'd put the joke in the outtake, so it would at least be funny. Which, those blooper reel sort of videos, they never went anywhere. And, I mean, to be completely honest with you, if I were to put together a $3,000 rig, and, I could really edit videos to my, to the top of my game, I would probably do blooper reels and joke reels and things like that. Although those things would be much more useful as shorts at the moment. And, that's an option. Problem there being, though, is that YouTube does not pay well. And, I mean, I am not a professional YouTuber. This is not what I do for a living. But if it were, well, on the one hand, I'd really need to keep the content rolling, and on the other hand, I'd be screwed. Anyway, thank you for sharing this moment with me. I'm Richard.
Danger Ducky says, this is your magic moment. A moment for you to do something that is good for the world. You can comment, like, and subscribe, because for every 1,000 subscribers this channel gets, they will buy one of these bracelets I am wearing. Each one of these bracelets I am wearing means that one pound of trash will be removed from the ocean. Cleaning the ocean is an expensive thing to do, and we need your help, so don't be trash. Comment, like, and subscribe, and get trash out of the ocean.